for the thick of it all. If they don't give me room, well then I'll give them the wall. I'm gonna smoke my tires when the victory calls. I'm gonna be there, be there. I wanna see my face up on the jumbo screen. Feel the white hot metal of a winning machine. Because you win or you lose and there's no in between. I wanna be there, be there, be there.
NASCAR on speed. Be there.
It is time for the Target Series to go back road course racing for the second time this season, but this time we're here in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin at the Road America road course for the running of the SpeedCo 250. Evan Hunter, the 20, has that very, very prestigious pole position at this racetrack. To his outside, starting in second is the 15 of Jonathan Buford. In third place, the driver who dominated yesterday in the Pennsylvania Truck Series for Watkins Glen, John Smith. Fourth place, Trey Rainey, and Jack Henry with the 34 rounds out the top 5. Then in sixth place, it's Denny Lloyd. Seventh place, we have Marshall Burrow. Eighth and second in points, Landon Lyons. But ninth place, it's points leader Jonathan Rains, and Justin Zadell, the 99, rounds out the top 10. For the rest of the starting field, there's Freddie Soto, and beside him, the 87 of Mathis Wells. Then we have Noggin Scott and the 40 of Edwin Mendez, with Colucci the winner of this race last season, and beside him, the 5 of Jeff Bright. Then there's Jay Brando with Leon Campana, the 43, along with the 1 of Eli Bright and the 20 of Adam McDowell. Then there's Luke Rainey and Jake Gowie, the 18, with Riley Spraley-Tube and Brett Sierra third in the point standings. Then we have Oliver Evans, winner of the truck race yesterday, Nathan Green beside him. Then there's Kashawn Richardson and Jack Marshall. The 29, Kashawn Richardson, comes in last in the point standings. Then we have the 6 of Sebastian Kukulon with the 31 of Anthony Hernandez, with Keegan Thompson the 11 and the 23 of Alex Reynolds. Then there's Casey Nanico and Jennifer Buford, Andrew Bean, Carson Bowers, Zarka DeLello, and Bronson Minnick. And rounding out the field of final row, Tyler Fink and Alex Fletcher start the race on row number 20 in the 39th and 40th positions. That's our starting lineup for the race here in Road America, the SpeedCo 250. Let's go to trackside and fire these target cars up for road racing in Wisconsin.
Drivers, start your engine!
40 cars rolling off for racing at Road America in the Target Series. It's a long racetrack, 4 miles around, which means 10 laps isn't anything but short. There's 40 miles. It's going to take a long time for these cars to negotiate this 4-mile racetrack, so it's going to be a long race for sure. Evan Hunter looking for a win to try and get into a wildcard spot into the top 10 in points. Hunter is just on the bubble of making it into the chase or not. John Smith, who starts third here today, looking for a redemption from yesterday after missing out on the truck win after dominating the race but finishing outside the top 5. Other drivers further back looking to try and get points. Landon Lyons, who starts 8th, looking to get the points lead over the O2 Reigns, who starts in 9th. 10 laps at Road America. Evan Hunter on the front row on pole position. He'll take the green flags that come up the hill. Jonathan Buford beside him in the 15. And let's get going at Road America. Side by side for a second, some three-ride moves on the start of this race. John Smith with Trey Rainey trying to get by Jonathan Buford. They'll try to get to second and third. Buford trying to hang tough on the inside there to get a nice run up this hill into this corner. But John Smith, is he clear to the left-hander? Buford fights back. John Smith trying to take it. Smith and Trey Rainey get with each other. John Smith will clear Buford that time, maybe. It's close. Trey Rainey's all over the back of John Smith trying to push and clear that 15, not giving it up quite yet. Evan Hunter's pulling away because of it. Hunter's gotten away with the lead. John Smith looking to get second from Jonathan Buford. He'll do it right there through that corner. John Smith to second position. Trey Rainey for third. Trey Rainey trying to clear Buford because this corner here, you can't go through side by side. Car on the outside has the advantage through it. Right there, Buford got a nice run. I think he'll keep third. So Jonathan Buford to third. Trey Rainey back to fourth. Fifth place now Landon Lyons. He got run into Denny Lloyd, who falls back to sixth. Zydell to seventh, and Reigns all the way back to 10th on the start of this race. Look at Wells go wide from him. There goes the A7 a little bit up the track. The O2 looking to gain. And right here, Landon Lyons not done gaining. Sputz is looking for fourth on Trey Rainey. Landon Lyons, a great first lap for the 10. Not a great final corner, though. He goes up the track. The 32 pulls away. And here comes Danny Lloyd for fifth. Lloyd has a nice run up the hill. Look at Jonathan Rains going out of line 3 wide. Up the hill they go. 3 wide to the start-finish line. That's Seidel on the outside. Wells in the middle. Down low, it's Jonathan Rains in the 0-2. 3 wide off to the first corner. Who gives? Does anyone give? It's going to be Rains that's to give. He'll fall back to 10th in line, just in front of Freddie Soto. Wells still on Seidel for a spot. That's for 8th. Wells will get the 8th position. Seidel back to 9th. Jonathan Rains now in a battle for 10th with 2 other cars. Soto and Mendez. Look, there goes the 40 out of line. Mendez has a nice run here as they go under the bridge. I don't think he'll do anything with it, but nice run to the back to get to 11th place there off of Freddie Soto. So some shuffling around, middle of the pack. Evan Hunter continues leading the 28. Battle is on for 3rd. Trey Rainey wanted to get John to Beeford. He almost had him cleared last lap. Let's see if we can do this lap. I don't think he's going to have him, though. That 15 has the inside through this corner. Trey's going to fight, but I don't think you want to hang on the side of that guy, especially with this corner coming up with this long sweeping right-hander. You're going to be on the inside to the right of someone if you're going to make a pass in this corner. Now, driver's been making his passes. Second in points, Landon Lyons has come forward up to 5th. He started 8th here today. John Rains has actually lost ground. He's back to 10th position in the 0-2. He started 9th. There's Mendez and Soto with Burrow. Code Luigi here in his final Road America start in the Target Series. He won here last season. Yes, I'm sure he had high hopes coming into this race. He's right now top 15. I'm sure he would love to be a little bit further forward. He's trying to get to Marshall Burrow right now for a spot inside the top 15. It's a 4-car battle for 3rd. The front 2 have gotten away. Evan Hunter leads John Smith into the final corner. Hunter will come around the 2nd lap, but here is a 4-way battle for 3rd. Jonathan Beeford has that 3rd spot. Trey Rainey in hot pursuit with Landon Lyons and Danny Lloyd. That's 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th up for grabs. Then 7th place right now, Jack Canaramo. He's looking to close down to those drivers, maybe battle it out as well. 2 laps down Road America, 1/5 of the way done with the SpeedCo 250. Evan Hunter leads from pole position. It's a 2-car fight for 3rd and a 2-car fight for 5th. Beeford with Trey Rainey in hot pursuit again. Trey closes down to the 15, but not close enough to make a move into this corner. He actually loses ground up the track, almost off the track. He has to really slope and Landon Lyons to 4th. A big move for the 10 of Lyons to move to P4. And now teammates battle side by side for 5th. Danny Lloyd trying to get from Trey Rainey. Trey's getting that side drive, pulled that 38 back to him, slowed that 38 down. Lloyd couldn't clear him. Those 2 teammates still side by side. Trey is that yellow number 32, the black and red number 38 is Danny Lloyd. They're still side by side. These are 2 teammates duking it out on that number 3 for a top 5 spot. Track position, very, very hard to get here at points. So these drivers know that every position you gain matters in this race because it's coming around to 7 to go. 38's going to have him right here. Danny Lloyd's going to clear Trey Rainey. Jack Canaramo might do the same for 6th. Jack Canaramo, is he cleared Trey Rainey for 6th? Yes, he is. Matheus Wells going to have to yield this position to Trey Rainey unless he could get through this little kink right here. It's going to be a hard corner to get through side by side. Wells tried, maybe made contact with Trey Rainey. Here comes Seidel now for 8th. Justin Seidel, can he get it? The 99's there. Oh, but the A7 kind of blocked him off there. Lost momentum for the 99. Here comes Edwin Mendez. He just moved to 10th off Rains. Now 9th by Seidel. So Mendez, look at that. Contact, 99 the 0-2. Our points are above with Seidel. They'll still be side by side right there. Comes Soto into the mix in the 17. He'll try and get around Rains. As Rains looks for 10th on Seidel, the 99 goes really wide. The 17's going to look to the middle. Seidel's lost 2 spots, and he lost 3 spots in 1 lap, 2 in that last corner. Here comes Burrow to try and get a spot as well. The 99, no momentum whatsoever. Cars going around him on the right side. Soto getting a push from Burrow off to turn number 1, trying to get to Jonathan Rains, as Rains currently holds 10th. Because Seidel fight back in the outside there. The 17 is Soto. Burrow getting a little loose off the corner. In line behind the 99. Cole Luigi steps wide. Off the track, into Noggin Scott, they get sideways. They get to the inside of the track, they save it for now. We are still going straight. 33-16 made some slight contact. They saved the race cars, kept it going straight. Zaydell back to 13th in all this. He was just 9th a few laps ago. Just a lap ago. At the front of the field, still no big change. Danny Lloyd's looking for 4th on Landon Lyons. That's a big battle right here for 4th. How about Danny Lloyd trying to move forward in the 38 car? But Landon Lyons has the preferred lane through these set of corners. And even if that 38 stays side by side, you don't want to go through Canada corners side by side, especially with that 38 in the position he's in. He's absolutely not going to get the spot unless he can clear him right here. Where's Jack Cameron go? Because now he can probably take advantage of the 38 going wide through this corner. Try and get by him. Cameron a little wide. Almost into the 38. He had to lift, and Jack Canaramo. Can he clear Danny Lloyd before they get to the kink? He can't. Now that 30's got an advantage right here. Off into the kink. Lloyd going to keep that spot. That's 5th position. Battle for 6th. Here comes Trey Rainey and Canaramo. Mathis Wells with a huge run, and Edwin Mendez as well. Watch Trey here. Can he dive it on Canaramo into this corner? He got a little bump for Mathis Wells. Jack Canaramo did. Goes a little wide. Tandems right here as they exit into the final few corners. Almost 3 wide looking for Edwin Mendez. Trey's getting a push from Mendez into the corner. Trey Rainey for 6th, side by side Jack Canaramo. Mendez side by side with Wells for a spot. That's 8th. This is a 4-way battle for 6th position. Doesn't get much better than this at road courses. Reigns in the battle with Freddie Soto for 10th, 11th, and 12th with Marshall Burrow as well. Mendez pushes Trey Rainey clear of Canaramo to turn 1. 32 moves up, gets bound to the 40 into turn 1. Mendez looking, trying to get there. Jack Canaramo's going to shoot the middle. 3 wide. Does 34 back out of this? He's going to stick his nose in there. Mendez gets by Trey Rainey. To 60 goes. Wells into the grass. 3 wide behind them. How about Jonathan Rains? Getting physical with some of these drivers. He just moved by in a 3 wide pass. And Zaydell loses spots outside the top 10 for the 9-9. Or excuse me, for the A7. Mathis Wells falling back. Back to about 13th now. Look at this. These guys are still all over the place. A great bout for 6. Trey Rainey knocked out with Edwin Mendez. Saying get back here. He'll dive to the bottom. Not going to work for him. Front 5 are gone. Evan Hunter still leads in the 28. He's led every lap so far from pole position. John Smith has been 2nd this whole race. Jonathan Beefer has been 3rd with Landon Lyons in 4th and Danny Lloyd 5th. This battle for 6th. Edwin Mendez is right now 6th. Trey Rainey 7th, and Jonathan Rains was just outside the top 10 a lap or 2 ago. He's now up to 8th with a big pass. Jack Henry back to 9th. Marshall Burrows up to 10th. Zaydell looking to get back inside the top 10, the 9-9. He looks for 10th on Marshall Burrow. And Luke Rainey went a little wide. Here comes Cole to get that spot from the 22. Luke's going to get that spot from Jay Brando. Eli Brighton to the picture with Leon Capana. Jake Gowen, the final spot inside the top 20. We've mentioned the front 2 points. Where is 3rd in points? Brett Series back here in the 24th position. Just got passed by Alex Reynolds, who moves up to 23rd. These guys are still not done fighting. Zaydell and Wells are in a huge dogfight. Here comes Noggin Scott to join the fun. The 16 moving by the 9-9 right here. And we're doing Cole Luigi and Luke Rainey go. Zaydell drives it hard to the corner, goes into the grass. Luigi gets by. Here comes Luke Rainey to try and get by in the 22. Side drives the 9-9. Rainey gonna try and shoot the middle. Does he look on the 33? Cole Luigi blocks him a little bit right there. 5 to go in Road America. Some intense racing at the front of the field. Jay Rando out of line, 3 wide. That's a big move. Rando had the draft, he had the run, he took it 3 wide. Luke Rainey gonna try and keep that spot in the middle of the 99, the 52. Again, line. Randall looking low, Eli right to the high side. Luke really wide in the 22. He gets into Eli Bright. The one still beside him, though. Back up here, there's a good bout. Trey Rainey has a mirrorful Jonathan Rains. And the bout for 3rd still waged on. For the lead, John Smith has closed in on Evan Hunter. John Smith is there. If you remember yesterday in the Penzo Truck Series race, he drove the 71 to the most laps led. I believe he led 7 or 8 of the laps in an 11-lap race. But he lost it and finished 9th, I do believe. Can he do the opposite here today? Where maybe he didn't have the best car early on and the 28 dominated, but then he could possibly steal at the end and play heartbreak for Evan Hunter in the 28. These two have scooted away from the field. 3rd place is Jonathan Beeford. He's a good distance back. with Landon Lyons in 4th and Danny Lloyd in 5th. Then a great distance back to 6th, 7th, and 8th. Here's a battle for 10th, Marshall Burrow and Freddie Soto. Soto on the inside to the kink, Burrow on the outside with Mathis Wells behind him. Oh, Wells got to Soto. You can hear the contact made. The 87 has a ton of damage. Look at Nogin Scott through the middle. 3 wide to get those 2 spots. Scott to 11th. The 87 has some front end damage now after that contact. And Soto has some slight rear damage. It's not going to be affecting him, though. The more damage is to the 87 with that front end. Let's go back up to the race lead. Evan Hunter leads John Smith up the hill to lead the 6th lap. 6 laps done. 4 to go in Road America. Evan Hunter, John Smith. The battle for 4th. Landon Lyons, Danny Lloyd on his tail off to turn 1. Does Lloyd make a move? Does he step out? He stays in line. He'll stay behind the 10 for now. How about Nogin Scott with that 3 wide move through the middle? Up to 11th. Looking to keep his chase hopes alive. He's just outside the top 10 the point standings. Marshall Burrow, same story there. He has a win just outside the top 10 in points. Mathis Wells back here trying to keep his chance alive. Good battle back here for 17th. Eli Bright has it. Luke Rinnick trying to take it. Jake Gowey oversteps his boundaries off into the dirt. And Jeff Bright, gains 19th. Jake Gowey's going to fall inside the top 20. Oliver Evans to 20th. The winner of the truck race yesterday at Watkins Glen. How about Oliver Evans inside the top 20 here? Cole Luigi, Justin Idell side by side. That's for 14th and 15th. At least Idell may actually have this spot here. Back up here, Jack Canaramo fending off Marshall Burrow. Range tries to get to Trey Rainey. Mendez is pulled away. Lyons pulled away for Danny Lloyd. At the front, still about 5, 6, 7 car lengths between Evan Hunter and John Smith. The highest battle up is right now this battle. Cole Luigi and Justin Idell. Idell's going to look for 14th here with the 33 car. And Jay Randall get to 15th. 33, of course, wide. 52 to the inside. That's now a battle for 15th. So Idell move him to 14th. This is the battle for the top 15 spot. Jay Rando on the inside to the kink. Cole Luigi going to try and get wound up on the top side here. He'll do just that. Look at Luke Ray now with that big run. Can he get for 16th? And Eli Bright, because those two checked up in front. He has his father, Jeff Bynes, and Jeff Bright coming forward at the end. Look at Luke. He's going to step out Jay Rando here for 16th spot. Coming around to 3 to go. Eli Bright, the 1, also closing on the back of the 52. That would be for 17th. They stay in line behind that 52. Back around to the front with 3 to go. It's still about the same distance. At the start-finish line, separated by 0.4 of a second. John Smith to Evan Hunter. Hunter's last lap, 0.2 slower, but this corner right here could be a big detriment to John Smith. He didn't go wide. That's what you need to do right there. Here's a good battle for 3rd. Lyons goes wide, though. It's going to give room to Jonathan Beeford to get away in 3rd. Out for 6th, but same story there. Trey Rainey wide. Marshall Burrow by jacking around for 9th. And Nogin Scott to 10th. So how about the 16 up inside the top 10? Wells for 11th. A little bit damage on the front end, not affecting that 87 car. He'll move to P11, get by Jack Canaramo here. A great run for Wells down the straightaway. Even with the little damage that he has on the front, it's not affecting him that much. For the lead, John Smith on Evan Hunter. But Hunter has the preferred lane through these set of corners right here. And Smith is going to yield right there. So Hunter keeps leading, but Smith is showing that he has a fast race car as well. And maybe a little bit faster at this stage of the race. What can John Smith do with Evan Hunter? Can he do anything with them? 2 to go at the start-finish line. He's kind of faded off the back for now of that 28 car. A nice battle back here. Wells trying to get by Jack Canaramo. It's for 11th. Canaramo has to yield, move the 87 to 11th. 12th now to Jack Canaramo, 13th Soto, 14th Zidell, Cole Luigi 15th. That's the top 15 as of now. Soto looking for a run on Canaramo through that kink. He has a little bit of a run. He's peeking out. Can he dive it into the corner and try and get beside that 34 car? Here we go. It's going to be an interesting move. We'll see if he can do it. Dives it. Gets there. Zidell going to try and follow through. This is for 12th. Soto and Canaramo side by side. Zidell and Luigi waiting behind. 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th come to 2 to go. Cole Luigi wide. Canaramo off into the grass. Soto is by. Luke Rainey for 15th on Cole Luigi went wide. Soto clears. Moves to 12th. 2 laps to go. How's the front of the field doing? Hunter still separated by a car length or two over John Smith. Now Smith goes wide. That's going to give Hunter some breathing room for this last lap. Lyons really wide. Almost wheel-hopped it. Danny Lloyd for fourth. It's been about all race long between the 38 and the 10. It might finally come to an end with Danny Lloyd getting by Landon Lyons. Lloyd to fourth. He clears the 10. It took him most of this race, but he finally got it done. Rain still 8th, as Lyons did drop a spot and some points. Seidel wide, back here, and Cole Luigi gets a spot. Move him to 14th, and Luke Rain to 15th. Luke Rain for 14th now, moving out Cole Luigi. And back there, logjam with Jay Randall, Eli Bright, and Jeff Bright. Jeff trying to get by his son Eli. At this point, Jeff Bright's more to lose in terms of the chase than Eli. Eli's already down in points. Jeff is actually has a shot at the top 20 and a wildcard spot. Our two leaders have gotten away from the field. The gap back to third last time by 3.7 seconds, probably increasing with every lap that is run. White flag, this time by the distance to the 09, about half a second or maybe even more, as Hunter has pulled away in this last lap to the 09's mishap in turn number 2. Smith is closed in on Hunter, but it's going to take some last lap miracle for John Smith to make it work. White flag this time by in the SpeedCo 250 at Road America for Evan Hunter, starting on poise at all 9 laps, coming around to lead his 9th lap of the race. Into the final corner cleanly for Hunter and John Smith both. Up the hill to race. The white flag, the last lap, 4 miles left for Evan Hunter at Road America. He started on poise at all 9 laps run, looking to lead his 10th here in this final 4 miles. He's dominated here today, just like Cole Luigi last season. Most of the winners in the Target Series here, they lead wire to wire, flag to flag. Lloyd for third on Buford. As Lyons holds 5th, the battle for 7th could be Jonathan Rains. Smith closing in on Hunter again, but he's going to need some sort of mistake out of the 28. Lloyd wide for 4th position, and Buford gets away in 3rd. That could be done for that spot. For the lead, Smith is closing on Hunter. In the draft of the 28, trying to get there. Left to stem up through that kink. I have to believe if you're going to pass someone, it's going to be off that kink. Make a nice move. Look at Smith trying to pull low here. They'll get side by side, but the last time Smith did this, he lost ground to Hunter through this next set of corners. Hunter will get clear, but Smith back in line looking for another run. He'll pull low again. This time I have to send him. But he's going to be side by side through this corner. If he can stay side by side with him, he'll have the advantage through the kink. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, though. Hunter at the bottom. He's going to pull back beside and get back by. Smith only has a few more corners to do anything with Evan Hunter. Hunter through the kink. Cleanly, he's pulled a gap on John Smith. Right there, I believe if Smith could have waited for that, get a run off that kink, he could have a shot, Evan Hunter. But now Hunter only has a few more corners to go to victory. He's dominated today, but has not been easy. Smith has closed inbound his back bumper the last 3 or 4 laps. Final 2 corners for Evan Hunter. John Smith trying to close in. This could be it. All come down to this final corner. Hunter threw it, and Smith also threw it. The checker flag is up. Flag to flag win. Evan Hunter from pole position up the hill for the final time. He'll win in Road America for another Target Series victory. Evan Hunter wins the SpeedCo 250. John Smith second. Buford, Lloyd, and Lyons the top 5. Dominant day for Evan Hunter. John Smith gave it his all, but just a little bit short in the second position. Let's go see the finish results after a crazy road race at Road America. Here are the finish results from the SpeedCo 350 at the Road America road course. 0 caution flags today, and 1 driver led this race just like last season, wire to wire for Evan Hunter. Wins leading all 10 laps. John Smith, though, did not let him get away. Smith close to the final 3 or so laps and tried multiple passes on the last lap, but never could make it stick. Smith ends up with the 2nd place today. Jonathan Buford hung on for dear life to get 3rd at the end. Danny Lloyd climbs to finish in 4th, and Landon Lyons gets 5th. He gains slight points on Jonathan Rains. 6th place to Edwin Mendez, 7th to Trey Rennie, Jonathan Rains in 8th. 9th place Marshall Burl, Noggin Scott helps his chase chances with a 10th today. Mathis Wells gets 11th, Freddie Soto 12th, Jackie Navarro 13th, Cole Luigi 14th, and 15th for Luke Rainey. Jay Randall gets 16th, Justin Zeidel 17th, Eli Bright 18th, 19th, Liam Capana, and Jeff Bright rounding out the top 20 in car number 5. Front 2 points did well, 3rd place in points did not. 21st, Jake Gowie, 22nd, Alex Reynolds, 23rd, Oliver Evans, 24th, Keegan Thompson, 25th, Nathan Green. Anthony in 26th, Brett Sierra, 27th, he came in 3rd in the points. 28th, Sebastian Kukulon, 29th, Adam McDowell, and 30th for Riley Spurley-Tube. Sean Richardson, 31st, 32nd, Casey Nacko, 33rd, Tyler Fink, 34th, Jennifer Beeford, 35th for Alex Fletcher. Then Jack Marshall, 36th, Carson Barris, 37th, Bronson Meg, 38th, Zachary DeLello, 39th, and 40th place to the 05 of Andrew Bean. Let's now go see the point standings after Road America. Here are the point standings, 18 races in, 5 races left to make the chase. Jonathan Rain still on top in points, 103 points up on Landon Lyons, who closed in just a smidge in the 2nd position. Brett Sear loses a ton of ground down in 3rd in points and falls within danger of losing that 3rd spot in points. Jonathan Beeford is right now 4th in points, and Denny Lloyd holding solid inside the top 5. 6th place in points to Jay Randall, 7th to Nathan Green, 8th Matthew as well as Evan Hunter. The win moves up to 9th, so keeping his chase chances alive, and rounding out the top 10 is the 05 of Andrew Bean. John Smith is a single point back in 11th, Nongan Scott is 9 points back in 12th, Marshall Burrow in 13th is only 17 points back, 14th for Anthony Hernandez, and 15th is Bronson Minnick. Alex Fletcher currently 16th in points, Freddie Soto 17th, Luke Gurney 18th, Keegan Thompson 19th, and Jack Kennerama rounds out the top 20. Right now, most of our winners are below the top 20 in points, which means our 2 wildcard spots are the only drivers that can get it, Marshall Burrow and Freddie Soto. Burrow's right now 13th in points with a win, Freddie Soto 17th in points with a win. They're the only winners. They're not inside the top 10, but inside the top 20 in points. So those 2 right now in a good spot in terms of wildcard spot, but Evan Hunter winning today kind of threw a wrench in their plans, because now if Hunter falls outside the top 10, he gets a wildcard spot. But there are some other drivers back here that can try and change that. Jeff Bright and Adam McDowell, 21st and 23rd in points. They can have a shot to get in. Edwin Mendez, 2 wins down in 27th in points. Tyler Fink a win in 29th. Riley Spurley 2 wins in 30th. Kukulon 31st. 33rd, Jennifer Buford. 38th, Eli Bright. In my opinion, the 2 drivers that need good finishes the most, Edwin Mendez and Riley Spurley, both have 2 victories. If they're inside the top 20 in points, most likely they can get a wildcard spot. They need these finishes in points badly to try and make the chase for season number 10. 2 wins. They've had the speed this season, but they have not had the consistency as of late to get up inside the top 20 in points. It's really hindered their performance in the points. Race number 19, we're going to go back oval racing as we head to the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Pepsi 300. I will see you guys then.